Well, there's not a lot of videos out there on complete HVAC installs. Believe me, I've looked and I can't find them. But this one is, so keep watching. My name's Deric. This is my wife Jenya. We bought a fixer-upper. We're remodeling this house one day at a time, all while living in it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to get all the latest videos to track our progress. You'll find lots of how-to videos with step-by-step instructions to help you with your next do-it-yourself project. Welcome to the Rundown Reborn channel. So it's getting cold again, and this house really needs an HVAC system. As I said, I can't really find a lot of videos out there on what's really involved in a complete HVAC install. So this video is part one of two pieces that I'm putting together for you so that you can see exactly everything that goes into an HVAC system from start to finish. It's not necessarily a how-to video because HVAC is a pretty technical thing. It's way outside of my wheelhouse, and today's HVAC systems, they're fairly complex, and if you don't do them right, they're just not going to work right. So where this might be relevant for you is that you may be in need of a new HVAC and you're not really sure what all is involved. It can help you that way, or it can help you in the sense that when you do have your HVAC installed, you're going to know what to expect and know all the components that go into it. So keep watching. We'll get started. All right, well, I'm up here in this dungy place, just covered in coal soot. Creosote is all over up here. So I need to get this cleaned up, and I guess the plan is I'm gonna put some leveling strips on here. These joists I'm resting on are canted on top. They have a bit of a slope. They put these walk boards up here. I'm gonna leave these in place. Basically just try to level on top of this with some strips. And then what we'll do is bring out a couple half sheets of floor deck and set those on top and screw it down. It's gonna be dirty, but I don't think it'll take too long. Alright, so I basically got this board here at the high point, right here. I put a 2x2 in here, and I'm pretty close to level, so I basically just need to add a couple more to create a level spot here to rest that deck on top of. That's 4 feet wide. Good. Now have a furnace platform. Hope the HVAC guys approve.
So I do have enough room, and I mean just enough room to bring a 10-inch flex down through there, which will do 5 runs. So I can get one in there in between the chimney, cut that stud out, get a run in there in between the chimney and wall right there. Get one in there, 2, 3, 4, and they'll pretty much be this side of the house on this side of the chimney. Then on this side, I'm going to bring a 12 down, and I'll do this room above the shower, above that window here. We'll get one poked out in the kitchen, and we'll get one chased to back here. The rest of the airflow we have to get rid of, we'll take them off upstairs.
So our main run is going to come down right here.
I'll run it right above here.
At this point,
I'm going to put a box in. And that box, I'm going to have 6-inch runs coming off.
How do you decide how big a furnace you need? What's the general strategy to size it?
The way I do it is I go through and count all my runs
Mm-hmm.
where I want them. Every run holds 100 CFM. So the more runs you have, the more CFM you need. You ended up having right around 16 to 17 runs.
1600 to get all the air around the house.
Mm-hmm. 16.
And a run being basically just 100 CFM supply.
Yeah. Yes,
which
sir.
is about 4-inch, 6-inch?
6-inch.
A 6-inch duct.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you combine those, or you want to try to keep them all like an octopus of 6-inch runs?
Ideally, you run a sheet metal trunk line all the way through.
Then you bring all your 6 inches off of that.
Right. But I'm basically going to have a metal trunk line upstairs with a 12 and a 10 coming off. The 12 is going to snake into this room to another box.
Okay.
And we're going to take runs off of that. And then that 10 is going to go into another box, and we're going to take runs off of that.
So if you're trying to figure out how much, like if you have a living room, what's 100 CFM feet?
About an 8x8, really.
With a 9-foot ceiling, perhaps. So if about 60 square feet gives you one run.
Yep.
So if you got a 200 square foot room, you need 3 runs for that room. And then you just count all those up, and that's your total CFM supply.
Right.
And then you
basically
size.
The way I always size it is I put a run in front of every window and in every like interior building I can, and just size it from that.
So once you have all those runs determined, then you total that up. That gives you your load.
Yep, that gives me the size of
maybe
I need.
Increase it slightly for.
See, you're on the teeter-totter of having a 3 and 4 ton.
And you're more concerned about air conditioning than heat.
Down here, okay, so heat tends to rise naturally, cold tends to fall. So in the summertime, keeping the upstairs is going to be the job to keep it cool.
Mm-hmm. In our case, we're doing it in the attic.
We're kind of doing it.
Come down.
I mean, heat's not a big deal because hot goes to cold anyway, but it's getting the air conditioning down here is going to be the real
chore.
Yeah, kinda. I think with what I got designed, I don't think we're going to have much of an airflow issue.
Okay.
We're going to get that furnace up there and cut a couple of holes, and I'm going to go get some flex and get some measurements for boxes.
Sounds like a plan. So this here is the furnace. It's a gas furnace. We're going to place the furnace up here on this platform I built yesterday. And then we want to try to get as long a run coming out of that furnace as we can to allow the air to build up its pressure, build up its static, and try to get as much velocity as we can before it starts to be distributed. We're going to bring a line, as I planned, down through the ceiling here and bring it on down. So we're going to go down in this hole and get into our ceiling soffit. We don't want to get that phone call later on once the air kicks on that you got a little noise going on up in here.
that box. 21, 12. Basically, I'm gonna move this as far back as I can. My first run for the master is probably gonna be going right through here. Do your thing. That's up in the attic though.
What's this do for us?
It transfers the refrigerant from the indoor coil to the outdoor unit. This is the section line. This is the line going back to the compressor. It's really cold and it sweats. That's why we have to insulate it. This is the section line. It goes and hits the metering device. We are running hot air over it from inside. Then it goes through the coil. We pick up as much heat as we can. It goes through the line to the compressor, gets really hot, goes to the outdoor coil, fan spins off the heat, goes in the liquid line, goes in, hits the metering device, gets super cold again, and the cycle starts all over again.
Well, we've got a good portion of our system installed, but there's still a lot more to come. Coming up in the next episode of the series, we've got to get our AC installed, we've got to get our flex runs installed. There's lots to do, and it's coming up. So keep watching. We'll have that for you shortly. Thanks for watching this one.